as I reflect upon Sophie DeLezio's journey. I am nothing short of inspired. Born into a world that sought to break her, Sophie has instead emerged as a beacon of strength and resilience. Her story is not just about survival, but about thriving against all odds. And Sophie DeLezio welcomed her first child with her fiancé Joseph Salerno on Friday. A 23-year-old survivor of a tragic car accident posted on Instagram about their happy news, accompanied by a delightful photo of their newly born baby boy, and disclosed his charming name. And earlier it was announced that they were preparing for the arrival of a baby boy, and on Friday she delivered their little one, who is now their source of significant and reminder that many of us think was finally our building with her. And Sophie penned down, "Welcome to the world, sweet Frankie. Our hearts are overflowing," accompanied by a picture of her cradling her newborn with a blue love heart, symbolizing that she had welcomed the baby boy. In simpler terms, they received numerous heartfelt congratulations from their friends and family when they announced their wonderful news. And, like, oh my gosh, Frankie, dashed heavily pregnant reality star Alicia at Aitken Radburn. Simultaneously, well-known disability advocate Carly Finley penned down congrats, while Brie Lenahan commented with a heartfelt, "Congratulations, you've achieved it, Mom. Cherish the newborn phase." A few weeks before giving birth for the first time, Sophie announced she would be having a son during a gathering she organized, which is known as a gender reveal party. Many other she sold friendly to the abandoned brains, perfectly for the most popular Whedonist kind of creature. She shared a video the moment she popped confetti to reveal she was having a son, with Sophie looking thrilled over the news. "It's a baby boy. We eagerly look forward to bringing you into our world, little one. Your parents can hardly wait to meet you," she exclaimed with enthusiasm in their captions at the time. We are deeply appreciative for the affection, joy, and precious moments shared with our friends and relatives, near and distant. Our baby is already enveloped in so much love. In April, Sophie announced her joyful pregnancy news, along with a series of festive photos on social media platforms. Initially, a snapshot showed Sophie and her companion Joseph smiling confidently as they stood on Sydney's Manly Beach. The couple looked elated as they both cradled Sophie's growing baby bump. "The greatest gift of all coming in September," she wrote alongside a baby face and heart emoji. For quite some time, Sophie has been involved in a committed relationship with her old buddy Joseph, whom she also considers her partner. They became engaged in April of the previous year. Sean Rakes, on Valentine's Day, he presented the question unexpectedly as part of a proposal following his creation of a memory book that contained a picture of an engagement ring on the early outside of its last page. Second, the fan jests. And the time went from Arja, Fortin, jest of what might be on the American reporting of a man. "I had no idea," Sophie told the Australian Women's Weekly at the time. Joseph mentioned that their favorite song is "Be My Baby," so he inquired if Sophie would become his significant other. Fortunately, she marked yes on the back of the 1970s. So we realize that most of what you've a part of the 2016 has been resigned out. They initially crossed paths during a swimming lesson when she was just 6, but it wasn't until they were both in high school, around the age of 14, that they grew closer. And so even though we... In 2020, amidst the global turmoil of the COVID-19 pandemic, I found myself back in Sydney, a city that has always felt like home to me. It was then that our paths crossed again,
with an old acquaintance, and by the grace of 2021, we blossom into a loving couple.
In 2003, when Sophie was just 2 years old, a car smashed through the window of her daycare, causing it to collapse and trap her beneath the debris. The people of Australia united in support for her during this difficult time. Biden, Talking Mossel, and CMA, in a sense of autumn and moving back to the world. In the aftermath of the incident, over 3/4, approximately 75% of her body sustained severe burns. Tragically, this event also claimed both her feet, several of her digits, and her right ear. And then after 3 years, another unfortunate event occurred. A 5-year-old girl was hit by a vehicle on Sydney's north coast, close to her residence, and she was out with her abandoned for a 40. And her forceful propulsion catapulted her approximately 18 meters away from her wheelchair, resulting in numerous injuries. These included a fractured jaw, collarbone, ribs, punctured lungs, 2 broken vertebrae, and head trauma. During the harrowing event, Sophie experienced a severe cardiac arrest. The medical team at Sydney Children's Hospital in Randwick inquired on 2 occasions whether Sophie's family wished to discontinue her life-sustaining treatment. After another incredible healing, it was just a month before she was discharged from the hospital and resumed to her studies at school once more.